Hello there, Eduardo. Okay, it's great to see you writing essays and taking action to improve. That's fantastic. Let's look at your work. The graphs provide information about the total special income, US billion, good, which was obtained by the trade zone members from 1990 until 2000, or from 1990 to 2000. It also shows the global market exports by 9 countries during 2000. Good. Special earnings received by trade member showed a stable period in 1990. Special earnings? Why special? Let me just pause and have a look at the graph. Okay, so we have total special trade zone member income. Okay, so it's total member income. So there's multiple members here. Okay, and also it's a special trade zone. So that's why, but it doesn't make the earnings special, you see? So let's see. We could say the special trade zone earnings received by trade members, but it just gets clumsy. So let's see. The earnings received by the total trade members showed a stable period in 1990 with a bit over 120 billion. Okay. There's a considerable rise between 1991 and 1993, which was at 135 billion. Okay, there's a considerable rise to 135 billion, or there's a considerable rise of 15 billion. Yeah? I think, is it 15,000? It would be 15,000 billion, yeah. Anyway, between 1991 and 1993. So we can either use of or by, okay? And also, if the rise, put the rise here, put the rise next to when we've mentioned it, which is here, so it'll go after this part, and then put the time period. Don't put the time period in the middle. Yep, it just makes it easier to read if we do it like what I just said. After 1993, there's a significant growth until 1997, almost reaching, same issue. So, after 1993 and until 1997, there was a significant growth, almost reaching 180 billion. Super. Between 1997 and 2000, there's decent stability with almost 175 billion. Good. We could say it plateaued. Between 1997 and 2000, earnings plateaued at around 175 billion. Okay, good work. In 2000, the global market share exports. By the way, have a look at using respectively. Okay, we talk about this in the online course. We say grew to 60,000, to then dropped to 80,000. And 50,000 and 60,000 respectively for the years 1997, 98, 99. Okay, but look at using respectively. Respectively, sorry. In 2000, the global market share exports showed Bensland with the highest figure at 90,233. We could also say just over 90,000. This is followed closely by Jamesland, which obtained almost 90,000, which obtained the third highest was Andyland at 75,341. So we're kind of going into list form here. Also, on the online course we talk about was almost double that of Bensland. Yeah, was 3 times smaller. Was a third of that in Downsland. Can you see? And these features and using these terms are what will help you to score a 7 or above. Okay, I've got podcasts about this, so you might want to check Academic Task 1 podcast, IELTS podcast, Ben Worthington. Or you can have a look at the online course as well, where it's a little bit more succinct and there's lots of examples. Between 45,000 and 55,000 export trade with Darrenland. No, that doesn't, we can't write it like that. Okay. Okay, so we did use respectively. That's fantastic. So let's see. Darrenland and I don't think it's Herberland, it's Herbertland. Fredland and Timsland, okay? So, Herbertland, yeah, okay. So just be careful. Let's see, between 40, so let's just start with the subject. So Darrenland, Herbertland, Fredland and Timsland had a share of between 45,000 and 55,000, okay? And respectively, we'd list 4 figures because we've got 4 countries, okay? So that's why we need to look at respectively. The lowest countries in this sector were Joeland at 12,000 and Peterland at 11. Okay, so just over, slightly under. Okay, these make it read a lot better because I'm having to read the exact numbers and it's not necessary. Yeah, and also we're going to show more grammatical range if we can say just over, just under. Yeah, close examination of the charts. Now, this clause isn't complete. Okay, a close examination of the chart shows the special trade zone members gave enormous benefit to Bensland and Jamesland, which obtained 2 times the income than the other countries. Good. Okay, well done for using the fancy phrase there. Okay, try and incorporate that a little bit more. But before you start incorporating, research it and write out lots of practice sentences. Okay, and memorize a few constructions. Nowadays, computer education. Okay, so I agree with the task statement because in recent years, technology has been an important part of our life. Most people have a computer in their house, in their houses. Most people have one house as well, so, you know, whoops. Furthermore, they are using different software through computers to do any basic things such as booking a medical appointment or to pay taxes. This dependency on computers has allowed that in many schools, no, we've used allowed incorrectly, so research that. I guess in your language, permitido, maybe? This permitido, I don't know. Anyway, this dependency on computers has, okay, this dependency on computers has forced many schools to teach mandatory technology classes or computer classes. Okay, tech is a little bit informal. First of all, the education by computers many benefits. One of them is that children could learn how to use a computer correctly, which could avoid that any child could break a machine, which sometimes is so expensive. Okay. Secondly, children, never use kids, it's informal. Secondly, children could receive suitable suggestions about how they could self-protect against any threat, with a T, through the internet. Nowadays, the internet and computers are useful tools. However, they could be used for awful things such as fraud or virus. Okay. The most vulnerable people are teenagers unless they receive an appropriate preparation. Okay, good. I would have a look at the online course, okay? I think you can just buy the course, yeah, and get the framework. I think you can buy it separately for something like $59 or $39, I can't remember. And have a look at the framework for your paragraphs, okay? Because we can quickly and easily improve the cohesion and coherence of your paragraphs by using the structure we teach in the course. Let's move on. Moreover, children could learn important things. What could be used instead of things, Eduardo? Important knowledge through computer education, such as how to write a document by software such as Microsoft Word. Good. You could also learn how to make presentations which are quick, which are useful. That's it. Which are useful at universities or during high school, juniors. For example, in Venezuela, this is another thing we cover in the course, how to write examples. I will tell you very quickly. For example, in Venezuela, students learn how to search by Google correctly. Sometimes people believe that it is too simple. However, it requires knowledge because learners, students, could obtain inaccurate or fake information. Therefore, it is clear that there are numerous benefits for teaching computer technology in school. So what I did there is just added a small summary to our paragraph to make it more coherent. Okay? So also, looking at your writing, I would find some model sample essays, Eduardo, and start copying them out, pen and paper. Okay? Look at a paragraph, cover it up and write it out. Do this continuously and consistently and you'll see an improvement. Okay? Also have a look at the online course, which I mentioned. To sum up, computers are part of our society in all sectors. To allow children to receive this education could bring many benefits and advantages, such as sophisticated use of basic programs or operating systems. Okay, lack is used incorrectly there. So great work, Eduardo. You know what to do next. Implement all the corrections that you've heard on this recording. Okay, make an error list and then write 2 new essays with the questions I send you. And then remember to check those 2 new essays for mistakes that you've made previously. Okay? Let's keep on progressing and let's keep on improving. Y que tengas un buen día. I'm assuming you're from Venezuela. Anyway, all the best.